Oh, look who it is! It's baby arms! I didn't want to compare you to a baby. You are much weaker than a baby when it comes to grip strength. You know why? Because most babies can hold on to a bar between 30 seconds to a full minute. You know how many grown adults I know that cannot hold on to a pull-up bar for a whole minute or even half a minute? It's insane. But hey, some people enjoy being as weak as babies, and some people do not enjoy that. And if you are one of those people who care a little bit more about having useless T-Rex arms that can't hold on to anything, that can't even open jars, and if you want to change that, then you have come to the right place. If you do, however, enjoy having weak T-Rex baby arms, then you can click right off, and the rest of us are gonna get started on making those forearms insanely strong and insanely durable. So let's go. So when I say forearm and grip strength training, most people think about this exercise. We're basically curling in your fingers and then curling in your hand to flex your forearm. You're not going to be surprised when I tell you that that is not the most effective and not the most efficient way to work on your grip strength. Most people actually only do this exercise because that's what they see other people do. I'm going to show you how to work on your forearm strength and endurance more efficiently, because when it comes to equipment, the weight is not going to be the most efficient one to use. But what will be more efficient to use is going to be the pull-up bar. Now, why are we using the pull-up bar? First, because we can combine strength and endurance without having to move a finger, and I mean it literally. We're going to use different grip techniques to make the exercise harder, to progressively overload the exercise itself. Now, the good thing about that is we don't need to change our equipment. All we need to do is change how we grip the bar, which already makes everything much easier. But other than that, there are so many variations that we can use to make this more effective and more efficient. If you progress through those states one by one, I can guarantee you that no one is going to be able to compare to your forearm strength, to your forearm musculature. Look at this. Look at this. It's freaking impressive, isn't it? And I'm like 60 kilograms. I'm a baby. I weigh nothing. But look at that. See that? That's all just from working on the bar and from a little bit of deadlift. The easiest grip that you can do, and the one where you can hold on the longest, is going to be an over-underhand grip, which is why most people use it when they deadlift really heavy weight. Because over and under, like so, I can hold on for much longer than I would be if I'm just doing the overhand grip or the underhand grip. This is called a mixed grip. Moving on to the next level, we want to use either the over or the underhand grip. Both of these are going to make the exercise just as hard as the other one. So, you either grip from the inside like so, or you turn both hands around and you grip like so. Depending on where your strength lies, you might be 5 to 10 seconds difference between the over and the underhand, but that's not too much of a stretch. Now, for all those grips, we want to try to get to 30 to 60 seconds at least before we move on to the next level. So now we have 2 levels. Moving on to level number 3, we're gonna start reducing fingers. Now, why are we doing that instead of adding weight? Well, your tendons and your ligaments need a lot more time to get stronger than your muscle tissue does. So if you grab on and you keep adding weight, but your tendons haven't gotten used to the resistance yet, you're gonna hurt yourself. Which is why I always got tendinitis when I went climbing like 4 or 5 times a week, because my tendons were they didn't have the time. They didn't have the time to recover, to recuperate, and to get stronger. So we're gonna keep that in mind, and this is why we're gonna reduce fingers. We've got 3 fingers instead of 4 fingers. Again, we want to progress until we can do this for 30 to 60 seconds. Once we have gotten to the point where we can hold on for 60 seconds, just like so, and be like really relaxed, we can reduce fingers. by taking off fingers from the inside instead of from the outside. Why? Because the inside fingers are stronger for most people than their outside fingers. It makes sense that your pinky isn't as strong as whatever, I think they call this an index finger. We're going to move on to the two-fingered raptor approach. And we're going to grip that. Funny enough, this is how your T-Rex arms look when you're using that forearm strength. You're going to hold on, two fingers, and you're going to increase the time. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40, 50, 60. Now, we're not going to do the single finger one, even though if you want to, you can try. Some people do actually enjoy the stress it puts on their fingers. I do not. I think what's even more effective than that is moving on to the false grip. You're going to take your thumb inside your hand. You're going to close it really tight. You're going to put them over the pull-up bar. And now what this does, and you're going to notice instantly, this is not just for my forearms. You're going to notice how much latissimus activation I have with this exercise, because I need to keep my lats really tight so I don't fall off. Fingers on the inside, close your hands like so, and relax. And now again, you see my lat is already fanning out much more than it would if I'm just grabbing with my hands. If you can do the false grip, hold for 30 to 60 seconds, and you're already pretty much stronger than most people on the entire planet when it comes to grip strength. You could like grab a jar and break it in half. But for me, I don't think that is enough. I think we need to go even further, make it even harder. And for that, we're gonna start reducing the amount of limbs we're using. Instead of with both hands, you're gonna grab with one hand, you can keep the other hand behind you and just hold it. Now, it's gonna take a lot longer to get used to doing 30 to 60 seconds with one hand, especially if you're using a progression, especially like now, I've done about 5 to 10 minutes already on the bar, so I can barely move my arms. We're gonna try and do that, of course, for both sides and work our way up to 30 to 60 seconds. Now, if you have a little bit of rotation, if you have a little bit of swinging, it's not too bad. But if you feel it in your shoulder joint, that is not a good thing. Then you need to use something to keep you in line from twisting around. With reduced fingers, with reduced limbs, we can actually start to progressively overload with weight. The first progressive weight overload that we're gonna do is gonna be using our legs. Basically, you're gonna close your legs, put some weight in between. Those are like 25 pounds. Hold on if you want to, whichever grip you like, and just hold it. 10, 20, 30. You can even try and do some abdominal work while you're holding on, just so you don't get bored, because I know you have the strength to hold on for like 10 minutes, and holding on for 10 minutes can get really boring. So we can do some abdominal crunches, 30 to 60 seconds, holding on without a break before we move on to the next one. You can either increase the weight, or what you can also do is remove limbs again. With a single arm, limb and hold. And then of course we want to switch arms, do the other side and hold on. And now there is the difference between increasing weight and removing a limb. Which one do you think is harder? Yeah, I thought so. Finally, that we have finished our pull-up bar workout for our forearms and for our grip strength. Now we can grab ourselves a dumbbell and finish off, squeeze out the last bit of strength we have in our forearms and in our fingers. Run up, and for this exercise, like all exercises, we want to increase the range of motion as much as we can. Uncurl your fingers, curl your fingers, curl your hand in, and then slowly go back into a negative movement and repeat the whole process again. If you do follow this progression, I can guarantee you you're you're gonna be much stronger than the average baby. And even though you didn't know that that is something that's happening out there, it is. Someone asks you, like, yo, what are you, a baby or something? You can tell them like, yo, I'm pretty sure you're weaker than a baby. And then you can show them that you are stronger than a baby. That's basically it for me for today. I hope you learned something new. I hope you work on your forearms and on your grip strength, because it is actually something that most people neglect, but it's something that can be really, really beneficial, especially for people like me who do a lot of calisthenics and who do a lot of heavy deadlifts. You know how efficient it is not to need straps to grab the weight that I'm actually using, instead of people who use straps to help themselves out and to compensate for the weakness in their arms. I'll see y'all tomorrow, because new videos every day. If you like the video, subscribe. Captain Cairo, peace out.